What's up guys, welcome back to the Throttle channel. Today we've got some Ranger content for you guys. We know you've been wanting this for a while. Picked up this Ranger just about 4 months ago now. It already has almost 9,000 miles on it. I've been driving the wheels off it, and so have the guys here at the shop, and we're really enjoying this Ranger. One thing we found that it is lacking is a nice set of headlights. And if you guys have ever driven one of these new Rangers, the headlights are absolutely terrible unless you get the Lariat model, which comes with a projector style LED headlight. We reached out to our friends over at AlphaRex USA and sourced these awesome LED projector style headlights. Now these are the creme de la creme from AlphaRex. They are the best that they make. I really like the modern styling of them. It looks more like a Acura or Audi style interior headlight. It's got two standard low beams, it's got one high beam, so 3 total projectors in here, and it also has LED sequential turn signals and daytime running lights. So I'm excited. These are going to update the front of our truck a lot over these old school style halogen lights. The cherry on top for today's video is going to be our carbon-tastic carbon fiber replacement steering wheel. So I was able to spec this out to my specifications. As you can see, it has a fluorescent yellow 12 o'clock stripe, which I love. Adds a little fluoro pop to the truck, which I like to always do. We did dry carbon around the outside, the perimeter, the lower portion and the top portion, and we did a little bit of Alcantara on the sides with a gray stitch. I think it looks great. It allows us to keep all of the functions of our steering wheel, and it will retain the airbag as well. So we get the best of both worlds. We get an aftermarket wheel, but we retain the safety of the vehicle with the airbag installed in the steering wheel still. No crazy lights and all the safety factors that we like to have in the truck. So, ain't nothing to it but to do it. We're gonna toss these lights in, get the steering wheel popped in, and we'll show you guys along the way. Alright, let's start by removing our negative terminal here. There are a million screws and clips that have to come out to get this apart, and you really have to pretty much disassemble the majority of the exterior of the front end to do this. The only thing we won't be removing is the steel bumper, which is good, but this fascia here has to come off, or fascia. There's, I think, 5 screws under here. I've already taken the screws out of the corners, as you saw, and the fasteners there. So this thing should lift off once I get these other 4 out. And there's 2 more on each side. Then this painted piece will come out, and that will allow us access to the bottom bolts for the headlights. This is a lot of work for some headlights, but I think they're worth it. Now would have been a really good time to replace our intercooler with an upgraded intercooler, and also a radiator, and maybe some other bits too that are back here. But because this is such a chore, we should have paired it all together, but it's okay, we'll get there. It's gonna look good, and I know we have an intercooler on order and some other bits too, so we'll just, now that we know how to do it, we'll blow it back apart. It's not that difficult.
Dude.
All right, the new headlights from AlphaRex are gonna go in now. We got the old ones out. I was told this is about a 4-hour job. We're probably about 40 minutes in at this point, so it's really not that bad. If you're considering this, don't be scared. As long as you have a decent little set of tools, you'll be all right. It's really not that difficult. It's just a little intimidating, I think, more than anything.
That's hot.
Dude, that looks sick. That's even better than I thought.
Oh!
Too much heat for you, bud.
What is this, a Raptor? A Raptor Ranger?
That's sick.
Triple lights in there? Triple projector?
So these two are like the regular headlights, and this is the high beam.
Dang.
All right, Mickey, how's it going?
Yeah, we're actually putting everything back together now, which is cool. Like I said previously, this job wasn't as daunting as I thought it was going to be. I've heard a lot of horror stories, but it's just a lot of fasteners, so a little time consuming. But we're an hour and 10 in, maybe? I don't know, something like that, and we're already going back together. So gonna button up all the factory panels and get it looking like a truck again, and then we're gonna tackle the small little harness that was sent with the lights. It's basically a power ground, which you run straight to the battery, and then a third wire, which is a fuse tap, and that's gonna allow us to power up the daytime running lights, as well as the, I think it also manages the sequentials. I wanna use these to their full potential, so we're gonna wire that up at the very end. And then we'll move on to the steering wheel, and then I have one other little kicker that we're gonna throw at the end of the video here. All right, AlphaRex kit comes with this little harness, as I spoke about earlier. And so essentially it's power ground, red and black, and then you got this gray wire that has basically just has a fuse tap on it. So we're gonna slip this into the fuse position number 24, which will look on the back of our fuse panel, is this guy right here. So it's just to the right of 33. 33 is a big relay, it looks like, or fuse. Yep. And so we've got the 10 amp here. So I need to find a little fuse puller, i.e. you don't know those pliers. Pull this guy out. Kaboom. Put this guy in.
Oh, a little sequential action. Right. Turn on the headlights. So that's the daytime running light. Okay.
That should be daytime.
Yeah.
That's off.
Okay.
That's parking lights. This is headlights.
Ooh, very nice. Very modern. Yep. Amber. Yep. Amber's out the bottom.
All right, well, I went ahead and ran the wiring underneath the core support and zip tied it up underneath here so that it's sort of out of sight. Just gonna do a little bit more tidying up over here to get some of these wires just sort of out of sight, out of mind. Plastic panel is gonna go back on here, and this all disappears, which is cool. But I mean, really, we could run without it. There's no wiring visible at all, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna toss this back on, we'll button up that, and we'll move on to the steering wheel. Well, we're gonna move on to the steering wheel. As you can see, this is a pretty base model truck. It does have some features on the steering wheel, which is cool, but this steering wheel is plastic and crappy. The Carbon-tastic wheel is definitely gonna be a huge upgrade over this. Just gotta pop this airbag off, take the center nut out, this will come off, undo the wiring for that. This steering wheel has holes on the side here, so we're just gonna insert this into here. Hopefully there's a clip that will release this. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but we're gonna figure it out. Pop this off, get the steering wheel off, get the new one in, and we'll show you guys. But we gotta swap these too. Some of the features are different, so we'll show that on the table when we get there. That wasn't too bad. So there's some variation in these bottom sets down here. So I went ahead and swapped over our harness too, just in case there's a variation. It looks like all the wires are the same, but I don't want to get it all back together and then find out that I needed some other wiring, because some of these functions are a little different. So just to make sure everything's the same, we're going to take the guts out of our steering wheel and put them in the Carbon-tastic wheel, and then there's no guessing. That'll just take a few minutes. Just got to take some screws out, swap those over, and we'll be on our merry way. is a pretty simple process. We're just gonna put these back blue to blue, yellow to yellow. And then you got these guide pins right here that won't steer you wrong, so pop those in, click down the lock. The guide pins in. There we have it. Wow, fitment is nice. Woo! I really like this. Huge shout out to Carbontastic. They really took my vision and made it reality. This is pretty sick. Flat bottom. Still very thick and still feels like you're in a truck, but way, way nicer than that stock wheel. Oh man, I can't wait to drive this thing now. All right, well, that was a pretty simple install, but man, so rewarding. Let's get on to the third brake light. I know a lot of you guys are gonna give me shit for this bed not having a treatment on it, but don't worry guys, we're doing something about it. Right now we're using the truck as is, and we've scratched up the paint pretty bad, which kills me, but it's mostly Sean's fault, and so I blame him. But we are gonna get a bed liner sprayed in this thing, so hopefully sooner than later.
What can I say? I'm the only one that drives the truck, knows how to use the truck.
A lot of times when you do LEDs, they don't sync up with the halogens very well, but this one's actually perfect. And just a little tip, this is actually for a Ford F-150. If you guys want to do this to your Ranger, you're probably not going to find any listed as a Ranger application. I couldn't find any, so I did a bunch of research and found out that this light is actually the same one that they use on the F-150s. Probably Raptor as well, I'm not 100% on that, but this did cross over. So I just bought an F-150 smoked cab light LEDs, and it works. It fits perfect. The harness is exactly the same. Literally could pop that in 10-15 minutes. So nice little upgrade. Continues the theme of the black and gray on the truck, and also the LED upgrades. Now we just need to find a set of taillights. If you guys know where we can find a set of 19 and up Ranger LED taillights, please shoot us a link down in the comments. Let us know, because I am looking for a set. I haven't been able to find any yet. I think they probably exist, but haven't had any luck. So let us know. All right, well, we just got done buttoning up the truck, and I wanted to take it out for a little drive real quick just to see how the steering wheel is. Can't really test the lights because it's still daytime out, but we'll see those tonight on our way home from work, and I'll report back to you guys maybe in the next video about the Ranger, how they are. But just a little review of how useful the upgraded LEDs from AlphaRex are. But the steering wheel feels amazing already now. I haven't got over about 10 miles an hour, so just want to make sure that steering alignment's good, all the functions work. And now that leads me to trucks. Essentially, I kind of want to know what you guys think about trucks, because if you're a car guy, there's a really good chance you also have a need for a truck, because if you're tracking your car, if you're moving vehicles, a lot of times you need a tow vehicle. For us here at throtl, the reason that we went out and got this Ranger was so that we could tow our cars to and from the body shop, to the racetrack, wherever, and not have to be renting U-Hauls all the time, which is what we were doing. And that's highly ineffective and it's very expensive. We got this Ranger. It has great towing capacity for a mid-sized truck. The reason we didn't go with an F-150 is because it doesn't fit in my garage. This truck actually has a 7,500 pound maximum towing capacity in the format that we have it. The four-wheel drive is key to that, and the factory installed hitch package. I don't see us towing anything that heavy. We don't want to be doing major duties with this truck, but if we do need to run the Eclipse up to the paint shop or any of the chassis, we have the ability to do that. This truck serves that purpose. It also serves the purpose of me getting back and forth to work every day, so it's good for both things. But what I really want to know is, we get a lot of comments about, is there Ranger content coming up? Is there Ranger content coming up? Does that mean you guys want to see more truck content here on throtl? If so, I'd like to hear about it in the comment section. Please let us know if you want to see more of this content, or if you're strictly watching us because you want to see Japanese and European cars get built from the ground up, that's fine too. But we want to know. Maybe you want to see us get into the diesel truck market. We know that's a huge segment, and the fact that we already sell parts online, we could easily get into diesel truck stuff. We could easily get into off-road truck stuff, even overland stuff, you know, desert stuff, whatever it is, we can do it. But we want to see if you guys are into it. If you're not into it, we probably won't do it, because you guys are a large part of why we do what we do. Everything seems to be working great with the carbon-tastic steering wheel, so we're gonna head back to the shop now, pull the garage door down, turn the lights off, and actually test the headlights to make sure that they look good, everything's functioning with those. But yeah, we're in good shape. So let's head back to the shop. All right, well, we decided we'd pull the truck into the shop, turn the lights off, and see the cutoff on these AlphaRex lights. It's pretty impressive. Now, I will say, this is with no adjustment, and we did lift this truck 2 inches in the front, so it's quite a bit higher than it probably should be, so we need to bring them down a little bit. And I'm gonna do that fine adjustment off camera. I don't wanna be blinding people on the road, so you can see here, though, the cutoff is really nice. You can see the steps in the cutoff, which is really clean. When the bright lights come on, it takes away the cutoff, and all of the light can escape through the projector, which is really nice. So let's see that real quick. Yeah, so look at that. So that's gonna light up a lot. This is about 10 feet from the door. So again, cutoff's a little bit high. We're gonna go ahead and make that adjustment. We'll bring them down a little bit. But man, what an improvement over the stock headlights. I'm sorry we don't have a stock versus AlphaRex comparo in this video. We should have done that before and we didn't film anything. We're excited to get these headlights in, but I will tell you, I drive this truck every day. This is a night and day improvement, no pun intended. It is amazing. So huge shout out to AlphaRex, huge shout out to Carbon-tastic, and huge shout out to whoever sells that third brake light on Amazon, because it's amazing. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It's been a fun one. This is a quick half-day install for all this stuff. So we've got a shelf full of parts behind me additionally for this truck that are going to be going on, so stay tuned. If you're into the Ranger content, you will be seeing more of that periodically sprinkled in with the Eclipse, the Civic, the 350 EV project. The Ranger stuff will be sprinkled in with that, and we have another amazing project that we're going to be announcing very soon. So you guys are going to have to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for that content, because it's coming very shortly. Leave us a comment down below if there's some mods you want to see us do to this Ranger, and hit those thumbs up. We appreciate all of it. We'll see you guys in the next one.